like having my 60 FPS. That's great. Just had to tweak down the streaming thing. We're going to be working in Aldengard. The first thing that I do, I know a lot of people consider this cheating, but I look at it as I just get a little bit of a leg up that helps me to overcome some of my coordination difficulties from my broken neck. It's not that bad a break. It was just a little teeny tiny chip back in 1974. It's just that because of the pinch nerves from it, I lost a lot of left side fine motor coordination. I can walk. I can use both my hands. Let's see if I can, yeah, both my hands, but I cannot, with my eyes closed, do this with my left hand unless I'm actually watching it. If I close my eyes, if I'm not watching this, my fingers rub against each other. They touch in between here, and so that means I don't know where my fingers are in relation to each other. That means I cannot touch or touch type, which means when I have to change between my WASDs, sometimes I'll hit Q when I mean W, sometimes I'll hit E when I mean W. It gets to be a little bit of a pain. And yeah, I can remap keys, and I have remapped some keys on some games. Anyway, this is what Aldengard looks like in the area that we're going to be playing. And I do this, I don't pull up. I only show the bosses and the trader when I'm doing something like this. I don't pull up beehives and boar runes and things like that. Custom pins, for some reason, always gets turned on. There are no custom pins, so. But this is what I do. Now you'll notice on here that as I move the cursor around, it's got coordinates. There is a way that you can take these coordinates, so you find that there's a you find that there's an Eichther here at -10, -262. You can go in on the Valheim map and you can put a pin there that will show you where that is, because the only one that comes up when you're in here is the one that's closest to it. So you can put a pin there. And I could go over and put a pin here by using the map, but I'm not going to do that unless I absolutely, if I really can't find any crypts, then I may turn on crypts and do that. So anyway, the next thing is that I use thunderstorm mods, and yeah, it looks like I've got a bunch installed here. I've disabled a few. I'm going to try and do without auto repair, better archery. I've already turned off creature loot control and dungeon reset. One or the other of those screwed up a crypt on me. I couldn't enter the crypt. I've turned off simple recycling, just because I'll just stick the stuff I'm not using in a chest if it gets really crazy. The ones that I use, triple bronze, I like, because it doesn't make sense to me that 2 + 1 = 1. The time mod, the only thing I use it for is the fact that when you hit the escape key, everything stops. Speedy paths gives you a little bit more stamina when you're running on a path. Gives you a little more reason to make paths. QOL pins, if you interact with something, it creates a pin, but it doesn't create a pin when you're just running by it, and you can tweak the color that the pins are. Plant everything allows me to plant mushrooms and berries and stuff. Floating items, so that when I kill the sea serpent, I can get his scales. It's just gives me a little advantage. The farm grid, so I can always plant things where they'll be happy. Bigger pickup radius keeps me from having to run all over the place. So there we are, and I'm going to start modded. And I can close that part. And Valheim will come up here. Valheim is going to be showing. And why is Valheim not showing? There's Valheim.